Have you really listened to your inner voice? Like, how do you talk to yourself? What comes out of your mouth when you make a mistake? You see it. You see it. You know what time it is. It's time for another heart to heart. So today I want to talk about bullying. And the bully is you, babe. The call is coming from inside the house. So let's go ahead and take care of that. Okay? So, I always like to give like a general disclaimer that I'm not a doctor, therapist, or anything like that. I just have also been mean to myself before, but I have been working on it and I just wanted to come give some tips to you. So feel free to sign off in those comments, leave any experiences, advice, tips, or anything because it is a safe space here and I want everybody to grow. I also like to go ahead and share my own personal experience before I do get into sharing any tips. So feel free to skip, even though it's a little crazy. You should get to know me. I'm pretty cool. Go to this timestamp and you can get straight into those tips. Okay, hey y'all, what's tea? You ain't skip, you ain't skip. Okay, just saying, have you guys subscribed? Because since you stuck around, you kind of like me a little bit. So, I mean, I just think you should come back every time I post a video. I'm just saying. But anyway, to get into my experience, yes, I've had negative thinking, negative self-talk very often. I've called myself every name in the book. To stupid, to unworthy, to dummy, like everything you can freaking think of. I have called myself that. And afterwards, I realized that it has never been helpful to me. Like all the times where I'm yelling at myself or just talking down on myself, it just wasted more time. And the time and the energy that I was putting into that, I could have put into just making myself feel better or finding an actual solution to the problem. So I began to cut it out. I decided that enough was enough and I was going to start treating myself the way I wanted others to treat me, and that I was going to start loving myself the way I want others to love me. And I don't know, it just started being as simple as that. Like, being kind to myself really allowed me to be kind to others too. And overall, my life, like happiness has just increased. Despite all the commotion going on, I still managed to find peace because I keep being kind to me, no matter what. And so now I'm going to get into these tips that is helping me continue to grow and learn in this area of my life. So, tip number one is to train your inner voice to be kinder to you. Have you really listened to your inner voice? Like, how do you talk to yourself? What comes out of your mouth when you make a mistake? Because oftentimes I feel like when we mess up, we want to call ourselves stupid or unworthy when neither one of these things are actually true. I feel like we need to start talking to ourselves like the child version of us. Because would you call an 8-year-old stupid or unworthy? No. I mean, I would hope not, because it can cripple their confidence and it can make them feel like they are less than they are and that they can't do anything better. And you could be doing this same thing to your adult self and it can literally be holding you back in so many ways. So you should be talking kinder to yourself too. You are the main voice that you're going to hear in your lifetime. So make your mind a kind place. And a way that you could do this is when you do catch yourself speaking rudely to yourself, stop and ask, is this helpful to me right now? Because most of the time, it isn't. And you could be putting this energy into saying better things to yourself or helping your present situation. And don't forget to apologize to yourself too. When you do catch yourself speaking rudely, literally stop and be like, I'm sorry, Miss Girl. Like,
my apologies, Miss Girl.
Like, my bad, me. Like, I didn't mean to hurt your feelings like that. And then tell yourself 2 positive things about yourself. And do not move on until you do this. Because I feel like repeating these actions over time, you're going to feel better about yourself. The negative thoughts aren't going to flow in as much because you're genuinely going to start thinking higher of yourself. And that is the entire goal. Okay, so tip number 2 is to celebrate your wins with gratitude, no matter what they are. Okay, like life can be tough, and it is so important to try to focus more on the positives. Waking up today, that's a win. Getting out of bed today, that's another win. And I would say that these are just as much wins as getting a promotion or graduating from school. Because I often hear people say things like, oh, I'm grateful for the small things. And then they'll say, like, having a roof over their head or being in good health. Huh? Those are huge things. Those are big deals. Some people that you know aren't here today, but you are. You're watching this video right now. So gratitude is such an important component to life because it reminds you that things aren't all bad. I feel like we get so bogged down in comparison and looking at social media and seeing their life and feeling like that they're doing so well and they're further than you think that you should be. But that's just the thing. You are exactly where you're supposed to be in life right now. And I know that can be hard to hear from some of you because some of y'all don't even like the place that you are at right now. And that's okay. It will get better. There is a light at the end of your tunnel. And I will say a verse that gets me through the extremely hard times is, though you made me see troubles, many and bitter, you will restore my life again. From the depths of the earth, you will again bring me up. So truly, you are going to make it through this. No matter how hard it seems, God is going to reach down and grab you from down there. And you will feel great again. So be grateful for where you are. Allow yourself to feel proud in this present moment right now, even if it's just for one thing, because you are doing amazing, sweetie. So my final tip is to be sure to forgive yourself. So you've made some mistakes and you wish to God that you could take these things back, but you can't. And that's okay. You need to make sure to forgive yourself for your past mistakes because it can lock you in place, freeze you in time, and you may not even realize it. Some of y'all are scared to make decisions because you're afraid that you're going to make a mistake again. And you know, that's understandable. Take accountability for your actions and make amends where you need to, but just like you give other people second chances, you can also give yourself a second chance. Just like you extend grace to others, you can extend grace to yourself. And instead of focusing on that guilt over and over again, you can focus on what you've learned and how you can improve. Allow yourself to feel and accept emotions about what happened. You may even have to go revisit the mistake so you can find out exactly what you need to forgive yourself for. But once you do this, you need to try to start moving on. Because babe, we are going to make thousands of mistakes in our lifetime. And all we can do is forgive ourselves, try to learn from them, and keep it pushing. But you can't keep it pushing if you cannot forgive yourself for the mistake in the first place, okay? So allow that weight from your chest to drop. Okay. I'm gonna put in a reference because I feel like I don't even must know if y'all even know if I was referring to something. Y'all might be like, what did she just do? So I'm gonna put one in right now.
Call me Captain Weber.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so those are all of my tips. I hope you all enjoyed them. So take them and go flourish. Know that you're wonderful and that you can handle anything that life throws at you without talking down on yourself. So don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see y'all later. Bye.